So when you pull a cork, it smells funny.
Yeah.
It smells like a wet dog. That's typically the smell.
That's gross.
So
It's really disgusting.
Yes.
Hi guys, Ashley with Property by Ashley here with Igor at Vinous Reverie. I am so excited. We're in Walnut Creek off of Ygnacio Valley Road, and I found this. Would you call yourself like a boutique wine merchant?
Yeah, I specialize in international wines for the most part, about 90% of the store. And it's small boutique producers who specialize in wines that you typically don't find in big box stores or grocery stores.
My quick story why I found this place was because I drive up and down Ygnacio Valley all the time, and there's always like a wine barrel outside with bottles of wine, and that catches my eye. I was attracted to the fact that I was looking for organic wines, and I walked in here, and of course he did. And I think a big stigma around more, smaller shops like this, opposed to like Bevmo or Total Wine, things like that, is that your prices are just going to be astronomical, or people are going to come in here and they're not going to have any idea what they're looking at because it's all mostly imported, right? But this guy has so much knowledge. I told him exactly what I want, and he provided me with all these options, and it wasn't, outrageous price-wise.
When I first started, I live in the East Bay, and I would always notice myself going to San Francisco, to small wine shops to find the wines that I kind of read about and thought, oh, this is really interesting. How come it's mostly, California-dominated wines that I see everywhere? So I'm like, hey, I'll open a wine shop and I'll start bringing in these really interesting wines. And that's how I got into wine. I started reading about all these different small regions, the pioneering producers within those small regions, making these just beautiful wines out of the indigenous grapes that grow in that area. And to me, I think that's the best way to kind of find something interesting and to drink the best wines in the world. You kind of get outside of your California rut. Napa sometimes overwhelms you with their PR, and you're just like, oh, it's Napa, nothing else. Well, it's actually a whole lot, and Napa is just a small part of the whole wine world. Sometimes it feels like they're the center of it, but that's not true at all. So I think, if you want to expand your horizons, you'll be drinking great wines at, I think, very reasonable price points.
Igor picked out 3 wines, some that are for like the less experienced wine drinkers, and then sort of the middle path, which I'll consider myself in the middle path, and then one that's more for like the advanced palate.
So let's start with something that I think a casual consumer would know, and that's Pinot Noir. The one thing about Pinot, I think why a beginner might start out with Pinot if they want red grapes, is because it's not high on tannins. Those kind of dry your mouth. And when you're a beginner, you don't like that feeling. Right. There's no fruit. It's just kind of, the tannins just dry your mouth, and that's all you taste. So Pinot, it has very delicate tannins. The fruit shines more, and it's a great food pairing partner. Eating and drinking, you want kind of this harmonious feeling, and Pinot Noir is typically that drink.
Okay, so talk to us about this Riesling, because I've been stuck on it ever since you said that the first time that I came. You're like, Riesling is not popular, but it's great. And why? Tell me why you think that.
There's a whole spectrum of Riesling. They could go from really dry to really, really sweet, like dessert wines. They're very versatile grape. They're probably the most versatile grape in all the wine world. I would say Riesling is probably, to me, my most, the grape that I adore the most.
Tell me a little bit about this last one. This is for the more experienced.
Oh, this is definitely for connoisseurs. Okay. So this is sherry. So this right here, we have a Manzanilla, which is a dry sherry. A lot of dry sherries, if you ever had sherry before, it's very, very saline. If you're a big time wine drinker, sometimes you just can't accept that taste profile. Yeah. It's very distinctive. These are some of the highest rated wines in the wine world. There's a good chance if you look up this wine, just Google it or look it up online, I might be the only store in the US to carry this wine.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much. I feel like we could talk here and learn so much, but I think it's important for people that are local to come and support your business.
So Instagram at VinousReverie.com, Vinous Reverie, and the website is VinousReverie.com. The same thing with Facebook. It's, if you put in Vinous Reverie, you should find us.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ashley.